So before I forget and my memory goes, well, this week's Patreon shout out goes to not Elizabeth Moss, not Elizabeth Taylor, but Elizabeth Rye. We want to thank you for being just a sexy, fabulous Patreon subscriber and just, keeping the lights on at our houses.
Thank you.
We do try. And yeah, so thank you.
Welcome to the Horror Hour.
We all go a little mad. Forget you.
Here's Johnny. It's all for you. Dante, you maniac!
Hello, and welcome to the Horror Hour, a place where we debate. Well, no, we discuss. We discuss first, then we debate, and then we jerk each other off. It is I, one of your co-hosts, the forever legendary, the always iconic, in my own head, David. And my other co-host, no jokes, the hardest working man I know. He's always doing something behind the scenes. He's always just hustling and working. I mean, you name it, he's done it. Miss Colorado, Miss Florida, Miss Arkansas, Miss Fortune.
Here she comes, Miss Teen, she's so fine.
It is Yutaka. How are you, my darling?
I'm good, thank you.
And then, oh Lord, what can I say about him? He's young, he's handsome, he's the man of your dreams, honestly. And then he opens his mouth, and then you say to yourself, oof, the Westboro Baptist Church was onto something. It is George. George, how are you, my darling? How are you? How have you been?
I've been fine, thank you very much. I've been keeping it DL on Twitter and not trying to cause too many arguments, apart from your wrong answers only post that I replied to.
In the words of an icon, you brought this on yourself. But and then what can I say? I mean, he's my long distance boyfriend. I mean, he's everything to me. And he's the hilarious Liam Matthews. How are you, darling?
Fuck off.
And I mean, you look pretty. You look gorgeous.
I know.
Yeah.
In my 90s tiara.
Yes, feel your fantasy. We'll be here for you. Yeah. We'll support you.
Thank you.
And I mean, what can I say? I have the pleasure. I watch these guys all the time. I love them. Their movie reactions are hilarious. They're the best. They're charming. They're handsome. They're everything, honestly. And if they ever need a third, I'll be there in a hurry. It's Petty Pumpkins. How are you guys?
God. Hi.
Well, we're here and we are queer, I fear.
What?
So, yeah.
Oh, no.
Surprise.
And yeah, so today is going to be fun, honey, because today we're going to be discussing underrated horror movies as opposed to overrated, which caused quite a stir the last time we talked about.
Know what you mean?
Honey, we had John Carpenter calling me honey. But anyway, but yeah, I'm excited. I mean, and Lord knows what George has in store for us, and we'll ask Petty Pumpkins if they're seeing anybody. No, I'm not joking. Anyways, I mean, I don't know where you want to start. Do you want to start again from oldest to youngest, or you want to start from?
Oh damn.
George started it.
Yeah, that's true. I can go first. That's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, go ahead, honey.
All right.
Take it off.
So
Go on, Nana. You can do it.
So hateful. So hateful.
Bitch.
What?
Okay.
Nana the dog? The nice dog from Peter Pan.
What? No, rude.
Bitch. These are some backhanded compliments on this Saturday, honey.
I tell ya. All right. So I don't know this. I saw this a while back on Shudder, and this is a 2016 film. And I don't even think it's on Shudder anymore. My guess is people didn't like it. And then judging
Did
by
the actor get canceled too?
No.
Oh. No comment.
So this one I think David would love. It's called Fender Bender. It's an interesting one. So the whole premise of this, which I actually
Fender
like,
Bender. I don't
Fender
even know
Bender.
her.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
So a guy will purposely get into a little fender bender with somebody so they do the right thing, exchange information. Because he's kind of hot. And you
Say
don't think
less.
anything of it. And
Huh?
what he actually ends up doing is then at night finds their address since he has their info, and he invades their home and he terrorizes and kills them.
Oh, hell no!
No.
Yeah, it's just for you, David. I
No.
thought
Oh
of this.
my god.
We don't do that. No.
And that's just the opening. That's not, you get 2 home invasions in this one.
Oh no.
Damn.
Y'all got me fucked up.
Yay.
Yeah, it is. And it was actually okay. I mean, I looked at this. I mean, the cover is stupid. And the killer, like, when you see the mask he wears, it is so like leather BDSM. So it makes me laugh a little.
Ooh.
It's, I'm like, okay, like kind of gets me going. But besides the point, the kills are grotesque and there's good chase scenes. And I just,
Oh yeah,
man,
this
I
looks
love it.
stupid.
It
Yeah.
doesn't but it was, I remember it was like on Shudder's like main page for a little bit, and I was like, all right, I'll give this a go. And it actually turned out to be just this horror film I've never heard of, and I was like, holy shit, this is actually really good. So yeah, Fender Bender, a simple premise, but it also makes you think, because none of us all realize when you do get into an accident and you are giving people your information, what are these folks really doing with that?
Mm-mm.
Can I ask
That's
a question?
horrifying.
Touching themselves to the
Can
bottom of
you
you.
or
That's-
Yeah.
may you?
I'm just going to ask one.
Okay.
What is a fender bender?
Are you being intentionally dense?
Oh, my God, George, it's a car crash. You
Use your
fucking
imagination.
bellend.
But what's a fender?
A fender's like part of the car, innit?
Oh no.
All right, I'm not fucking.
Says the guy that uses cow to describe a cunt. Like these things don't make sense. I don't,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
it's your fender. You have that. It's on your car. It's front end fender, back end fender, or bumper, however.
Oh
But
yeah,
you-
Pull up to the bumper.
Yes.
I know.
Yep.
I know the name bumper. Okay.
Yeah,
It
but
was
people
bumper
call it a
bumper
fender
bender.
bender if you just like, you guys don't really get into, it's not a big crash, but say somebody a stop sign, somebody just comes in and kind of bumps into you, something you're used to,
Okay.
yeah.
And then if
You're used
somebody
to.
tells you to pull up to their bumper, it usually means something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Means you getting dick in the night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's
Everyone loves a little lessons with George.
Yep.
Some history lessons with George. Have mercy.
That's my first underrated film. It's, again, though, I really like it. It's poorly rated on IMDb. Don't look it up. But it's so stupid, it's
That's
fun.
never stopped me.
This is true.
Listen, we love So Stupid It's as long as it's entertaining.
Oh,
like, who
it is.
cares?
There's and there's a gay character. I just realized. I didn't
Oh.
even.
Yeah.
He's kind
Oh,
of.
never
I was
mind.
gonna
Hence
I was gonna
Bender
ask-
being in the title.
well, yeah, like what, like the people that he's bendering, like, are they men?
No,
And, like,
no, but they
no,
should be.
well,
They should
they-
be. Like, when you see this man's
Lost my
outfit, it
interest
is
a little bit.
total like Folsom Street.
I mean, it would be hilarious. It was like he was just attacking like, oh, too soon. Dahmer's on. Never mind. Moving on.
Oh my God.
Never mind. Moving on.
Jeez.
So who's next?
Ah, that'll be me.
Oh, dear.
Oh. Still like a few years between us though, so it's fine.
All right.
So my first underrated pick is going to be Little Monsters. Because
Hey.
I decided, like, because we've got Yutaka and David here, everything's going to be very serious. It's going to be very gory. So I was like, I'm going to lighten the mood and I'm going to bring comedy horrors. So Little Monsters with Lupita Nyong'o, Josh Gad. Zombies.
I really wanted to see him get fucked by Luke Evans. I mean,
Don't we all?
I mean,
Don't we want to see Luke Evans fuck everyone?
yeah. There's some. Never mind. There's a running joke on this channel.
Not a joke, just a fact.
Yeah. Well, We'll tell you after the cameras come off. But anyway.
Oh God.
Moving on.
Oh Jesus, fuck. Oh God.
Uh-huh.
I'm just completely off my.
I thought you were
what was I
talking about
saying?
the other Little Monsters movie, but I was like,
What little monsters?
The one with Fred Savage.
Oh, is that
yes,
baby?
that's what I thought he was thinking of.
Yeah. Me too, actually.
Hold on.
Yeah,
That's
there's
like
a
little kid
there's
horror.
there's a 90s horror film that had Fred Savage and Howie Mandel, and it was called Little Monsters.
Oh, I've never seen
It's
that
good.
before.
Or
I
it was
love this
good when I was
title. I mean, I
7.
love the poster. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm talking about the 2019 film with Lupita Nyong'o,
Which
about
is
zombies and children.
Oh my
seen
god,
it.
I've
That's
never heard
true.
of this.
No,
I didn't think
I've
I've
seen the
seen it.
poster. Yeah, I've seen her. Like she's like in a yellow dress and she's jumping or something or running.
It's a
somewhere.
great
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
on
It's
it.
so
It's
good.
so
It's
good.
so funny. Lupita Nyong'o is hilarious in it as the teacher for these children, and she's having to obviously try and save them, and just everything is going wrong, and it's
Oh, she's
just
saving them?
great.
It's like
Yes,
Abbott Elementary
trying,
meets
like-
horror, like meets zombies.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's a
basically.
great way to. I like that.
yeah.
Great combo.
Because she really is trying to. I'm like, I would have no.
I would have just left them little fuckers. Put them in a
Yeah.
bin. Put
I
them in a
would've-
bin and run away.
I would have
I
shot
Snapshot.
his asses to milk.
always think of yourself over children.
For sure.
That's my motto.
Agreed.
Children are never important more than yourself.
You could have ended the sentence there.
Especially the kid from the Babadook. No,
Well,
Oh my god.
that would be my job, Liam.
Don't get me started.
Have mercy.
yeah, so that's me.
Okay, that's a good one.
So I guess it's my turn. Yeah. So I've picked a movie that bit. Listen, these homosexuals got all filthy, so I figured I would bring some decorum to the episode because this is a kids movie. But I grew up watching this movie, and it wasn't until I was like older that I realized that this is a movie for kids, but it's like a movie for adults because the jokes are so like they just ran over me like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
Like men do
19
now.
well, I mean that would be run over something else, but that's it anyway. It's Monster Mash. It is 1995's Monster Mash. This was I used to have it on VHS as a kid, and I would have it on repeat all
I thought
all the
that was
time.
a song.
It is a song. They do play the song. They do play the song, and it's like it's with our conservative queen, Miss Candace Cameron Bure.
Not this
Wow.
movie. Oh my god.
It is so it's so campy and it's so ridiculous, and it's just unhinged because it's basically like Candace Cameron Bure and her boyfriend, they're like driving to a Halloween party. It starts off very Rocky Horror. Like they get stranded and then they see at this mansion and they ask for help, and then they go as like Halloween night, and this like Dracula, his wife, Dr. Frankenstein, and Igor, they're all having like a Halloween party, the Wolfman and all that stuff. And the jokes are I loved it because it was like visually just like it was such a comfort movie for me. But then I saw it like a couple of years ago, and some of the jokes I was like, oh, because like for example, like Dracula's introducing his wife to Candace Cameron Bure and her boyfriend, and he's like, oh, you know, I'm Count Dracula and my wife is a Count too, but she spells it differently. And I was like,
Oh my god.
I was like,
The
what?
90s stayed doing shit like that though.
And then there's another one where he's like, that's, you know, I had to leave Transylvania because there seems to be a lack of virgins. And then Dr. Frankenstein just looks at him and says, I warned you about letting Madonna move in. And I was just like, as a kid, I was like, okay.
Oh my god.
As an adult, I'm like, y'all ain't shit. Like, but then the songs are so good. It's like an hour 20 and it's free on YouTube. Like you can find it on YouTube.
I will be
have to
watching
watch
that.
Yeah, no, I'm watching this ASAP.
And it's so good. I was obsessed with Dracula's wife. She was so stunning because she was like wearing like this like burgundy outfit. The hair was laid, she had like a turban on, and she was so they have a song together, and it's just like Like he's
That's
trying
where I know her for. She's pretty famous though. She was a villain.
She was in
in-
Superman.
Yeah.
She was in
She was Ursa in Superman,
Ursa,
and
yeah,
then
Irma.
she was Queen Taramis in Conan the Barbarian.
Throwback for the children. I mean, the movie is ridiculous. I watch it. That's like one of my every year Halloween movies. Ever since I was a kid, I used to, that VHS. I wish I would knew what that VHS was, but yeah, it's so ridiculous. Again, for the kids, but it's like for the adults.
I'm gonna watch
good.
this. I love
I
that.
know, I
I've
can't
watched
wait
this.
to watch this.
Oh, I
Like,
love it.
even though Candace is awful, I was like such a little Full House stan because I was obsessed with John Stamos. He was like my first celebrity crush at age like 3.
Uh-oh.
So I was obsessed with Full House. So like, even though she's awful, I have like a weird soft spot for watching her
Yeah.
act.
Who is she?
Candace,
She's
have you never seen
DJ
Full
on Full
House?
House.
She used to be on The View.
No.
No? Okay.
She's a conservative, like awful bitch.
Again, yeah, she's
Oh.
all of that,
Basically.
but at the same time, I'm a Hallmark bitch.
Same,
And
no,
she has
same.
a movie- she has a movie called Christmas Under Wraps that I watch every single year. And it is one of the best Christmas movies I've ever seen. So
She's
good.
But did you see she's like starting her own, like she left Hallmark and she started her own like
Network.
channel or something where she's making her own like
KKK?
Jesus Christmas movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh.
I mean,
Allegedly.
you said it.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
but you were
God.
thinking it. Okay, no, sorry.
Yes.
But yeah, I love it. I recommend it for everybody. It's a short movie. It's fun. The songs are so good. They sing the Monster Mash, but then they have other songs in between. Oh, I would sing. Oh,
Well, it has the guy who does the voice of the Crypt Keeper too, so I'm like sold.
Oh,
He's Igor apparently. So
Oh yeah. Oh, he's so good. I was working in the
I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
But
But again,
sounds like
the
fun.
wife for me, she steals the show. Natasha. Oh, she's so cunt. Oh, anyways. Moving on, Joe.
I assume, is it me? Because yeah, Shay, Wes, we're doing this in age order. How old are you guys?
I don't.
Is this bitch for real?
No,
cares?
no, no.
I
The
just
guests
turned
can go
21,
last. Don't be.
so-
What happened?
You're actually joking.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, no. George, shut your face and go. The guests can go last. Don't
No,
try and
that's
make
fine. I don't mind going next. So I'm gonna go with
Shady bitch.
Ghost
Uh-huh.
Ship.
Huh?
Ghost Ship from 2002, I think. I love this film, and it's like it's got such a bad like Rotten Tomatoes score that I'm like, I don't understand the real hate behind it, because to me, I think it's got a decent story with a good interesting twist. I mean, it's got a great cast. I mean, I always forget the girl's name, but the woman from The Good Wife, she's great.
Juliana Margulies.
Yeah, she's fantastic in that film.
Mhm.
The score is brilliant, and you've got little Emily Browning as well. She's in it from Sucker Punch.
Oh, that's right. She's a little okay.
She's a little girl in it, and that, let me say, it's got one of the best flashback scenes of any film I've ever seen. The song is in it is iconic, and the opening as well. I know we talk a lot about horror openings and like those types of films, but I do think that Ghost Ship has a great opening as well for a
And a
horror
great
film.
poster.
It's up there.
I
yeah,
remember used to go to
definitely.
like the Blockbuster, and that poster
That poster
was
with
so
the ship
good.
and
the
it's so
skeleton
good.
is-
Yeah, with like, I love it, and I don't understand why it's not talked about a lot and why it's so like low down rated wise, because to me,
I've never seen
great
it, so I
film.
can't
It was
tell
the
you why.
first
I
horror
haven't
film I
either.
ever watched.
Really?
I know
Yeah,
what it
it
is,
was-
but I have
saw
not.
It was
seen
one
I
of the
saw it at
first for me as well.
movies. Oh my god.
You went to see it at the movies.
Yes, I did. I
Oh
was
my
at the
god,
Dollar
how old are
Movies.
you?
I'm 30.
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus. All right. I
God.
thought you were a lot younger than that. Okay.
I just
I
everybody
get
that,
that
looked
like,
all the
older than me.
time. So,
Such a
you
cute
know.
face. Anyway.
I would love to see
Yeah, no, I saw
film.
that at the theaters, and like the opening of that, when everyone gets split in half, I was obsessed. I was
It's
obsessed.
just, and
Fucking
that song that
spoilers.
Francesca
It's the
singing
first
that
3
song,
minutes of the
oh,
movie, so
yeah.
you know.
it's so good.
Love it.
It's such a good film. So yeah, that would be mine, because I just think it's really good, and I don't hear enough people talking about it. So
That's so good.
Mm-mm-mm.
I guess I can go next if are you done?
yes,
Okay.
all done.
Damn.
I wrapped it up.
That's a first.
So well,
anyways,
so
never
I
mind.
was just like gonna branch off of your like low tomato Rotten Tomato score. This movie, I wasn't gonna go with this first, but basically it's like it's a ghost story, right? And it's set in a house, and it is I am the pretty thing that lives in the house, and it's on Netflix.
Yes.
And I think that it is just so beautiful and it's poetic, and of course it's written and directed by Osgood Perkins, like the Mr. Psycho himself birthed this man, and he wrote this movie, and it flopped
David
critically.
from
From
Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So this movie is just it's about this nurse played by Ruth Wilson, and she starts taking care of this old retired horror writer, and she starts to realize that the house is haunted. And I guess I won't spoil the ending, but it's so beautiful, and like I guess as a person who loves like horror literature, I just appreciated it. So I think that maybe the people who didn't appreciate it were very much like maybe it was like a bunch of Leah Michelles, people
Oh
who
shit.
don't understand literature.
Can't read, yeah.
But yeah, it's so good, and it's like dripping in just atmosphere and gothic horror. It's just so good, and people shat on it.
Yeah, it's like
Can I
very
ask you a serious
slow,
question?
so-
Can I ask you a serious question?
On this
Yeah.
channel, sure.
What?
Can I be serious for 1 minute? Damn it. If for people who have a hard time getting through a book, is there a horror book that you would recommend that you say, "Oh, this is a good one"? Like entertaining wise.
Put me on the spot.
Well,
I don't know. I grew up reading like a lot of Lois Duncan. So I would say people who can't get through a horror book probably pick up like a Lois Duncan book. Like, I know you did last summer. She wrote that. She wrote Gallows Hill, which turned into I've Been Waiting for You, which was like I guess it was like a Lifetime movie, but it's really good.
that's a good name.
So she like wrote in the 70s. So that's where this movie, it feels like it's like maybe written by someone like Lois Duncan. And I think that's why I loved it so much. But Rotten Tomatoes, like in 2016, it got it's like 30 something. And I was so shocked that from that moment on, I don't really pay attention to Rotten Tomato scores because I was like, no.
He said they don't matter anymore.
You're the Rotten Tomato bitch. Okay. So yeah,
Agree.
check it out. It's so good if you haven't seen it.
I just love Ruth Wilson. She's amazing.
Icon.
All right. Mine, actually, I didn't realize we both have one directed by Oz Perkins. Mine is The Blackcoat's Daughter from 2015. This movie is so fucking good. Stars Emma Roberts and Kiernan Shipka, and they basically, it's about these two girls that are left at their little prep school during winter break, and one of them starts getting called upon by a demon in the school's basement. And then you have a third character who's like running around doing some crazy shit. And then when it all like intertwines, it's fucking mind-blowing. And it has like the most chilling last scene ever. Like literally ever to me.
It's so good.
It's so fucking good.
Is Emma Roberts playing Emma
Let's guess.
Roberts, or is she playing another character?
No, she isn't playing Emma Roberts. That's the thing. Like she
No.
is playing a different type of character than she has ever played before.
Ever.
It's like very serious.
Oh.
And she brings the fucking drama, bitch. Like I would give her an Oscar nomination. Not even kidding. Like I would give her an Oscar nomination.
Kiernan too.
And Kiernan,
They're so good together. Well,
and Kiernan's young. She's so young in it.
Such a good movie.
So yeah.
Is it as
The
good as
Blackcoat's
Wild
Daughter.
Child though?
Don't joke about that.
Oh my god, amazing movie. Amazing
Don't do this.
movie.
It's the best, but people don't believe it.
Oh Lord, you started it. I'm so tired. Anyways, also oh dear, we're throwing it back, bitch.
Oh, old Deborah's back in her seat.
Utica Queen here, apparently. Anyways, so when I thought underrated, I just thought movies that people don't talk about as well. I do think this one is a little bit high up there. I think this is considered, oh yeah, it was certified fresh. I actually have it back there with my Hail Ratma. But it's a movie. So again, I love gore and I love very violent films. And so Vicious Fun is another one to where this guy, it takes place in the 80s. I really love, so I'm already, I feel like I'm being seen here, because it's old. But it's about this nerdy guy who just wants to write for a horror magazine, who then ends up stumbling upon a support group that actually turns out to be a serial killer support group. And so he has to escape them.
Kind of like Tiffany in the Seat of Chucky.
Huh?
Kind of like Tiffany in the Seat of Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except and so you've got all these different types of killers, and it just becomes kind of comical at times. I mean, there's definitely comedy in this. And then there's a badass female, and there's just some gnarly kills, and the soundtrack was cute, and the lead was kind of nerdy hot. So I was like all for it.
He was hot.
We have seen this movie and we co-sign Vicious Fun.
It's
so
definitely
good.
a thrill.
And he is hot. I'm not even nerdy hot. I would just say he was hot.
Yeah,
He was. He just did nerdy things. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
we love
come
this,
on, they're
though.
not into you, dude. Just move on.
Man, I love this poster. It's so ridiculous. I love it. Hold on. Wait a minute.
When did it come out?
2000
Like last year, maybe?
Yeah, last year.
Or year before. I think it was
2020.
last year.
2020, it says, yeah.
Yeah, it
Ah.
wasn't talked about a lot. It like went to Shudder, I think, as an original. I don't know if it was an
Mhm.
original or exclusive, but either way, it is.
Yeah,
Shudder
Shudder
original.
original. Yeah.
It's just fun, as in the title, but it is gory. And if you're a Supernatural stan, it's got the actor who played Death. So, and I'm a big fan of
Or
that.
the father or the grandfather in anything from Michael Jackson. He was.
You said Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no, I know. That's not the only way I can call him.
But yes, anything for Jackson.
Yeah.
Which that movie is rotted.
That was
I
also
finally watched
underrated.
that.
I feel like people don't talk about that. And it's not on my pick, but
No, but it was. Oof,
yeah. Baby.
chills.
Mm-mm.
Teeth. Ooh. But yeah, that would be mine. Vicious Fun.
Work, bitch. Good time.
Thank you for that.
Good times.
Oh, it's back to me, isn't it?
Yeah.
I pay attention to what's happening
The
around.
tiara's on too tight. Yeah.
It's hurting my delicate little head.
Oh.
I know.
Don't be making those
Um,
noises again.
Mm-mm-mm. Have
So
mercy.
I've just realized when I've went to say it, I've like went to kids related films. I don't know
That's
why.
fine. Well, you
Um,
look like one today, so it's okay.
Yay!
Something
So my
special.
second pick is
I'm gonna stay quiet.
is Cooties from 2014.
Good one.
Where the kids get like a virus. We'll say a virus, and start like attacking obviously all the adults.
Oh my.
It's just so funny and so ridiculous to see all of them kids just running around going batshit crazy, just like beating.
Oh
up
my god, and it
shit
has the eternal bottom, Elijah Wood.
It does.
Eternal bottom.
He just looks like the perfect bottom, honestly. Like, but but I'm not in his business, so I don't know.
Neat, petite, and ready to eat.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just found it like it was just really enjoyable to watch adults get into like beat the shit out of these kids.
You're a horrible,
Yeah.
horrible man.
Punch them in the neck.
Was the kid from Babadook in this movie?
Yes.
They were all the
I-
kid from the Babadook.
God.
Oh.
Were the children tolerable to watch? Like,
Oh
Well,
dear.
that's all I need to know.
They were
Funny.
they became they were like rabid monsters, so
Yeah,
they
like-
literally got the
Okay.
shit kicked out of them, and it was
They
pretty
had
funny.
it coming.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that. But yeah, like everyone across the board in the film is hilarious. Watching how they've got to react to these kids, hilarious. And it's like ridiculously gory as well, considering it's like, and it's kids that are doing these things. So it's like, wow, they got them kids. Them kids are probably traumatized.
Trauma.
Damn. Yeah, I've
Well,
heard of it.
No, I
love
would
the,
watch it.
I
Like,
love the
definitely watch
tagline. Please don't feed the children.
it.
I've seen it.
Love
I,
that.
I agree, Liam. It's not talked about enough, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Good
very
times.
Good times. David.
Well, okay, so we went from children's to not so children. I mean, I wanted to offer a variety, you know, I wanted to be versed tonight. So
Oh,
So
Oh.
I picked a movie that is not talked about enough. And I grew up watching this movie again on VHS. I used to have this and I would watch it on repeat. And my mom, God bless her, I don't know why she let me watch this movie. And it's 1996's The Dentist. It is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my entire. It trauma like I think about this movie and just the thought of going to the dentist like makes my teeth hurt a little bit. So basically, it's like if you're naturally just if you're full of dentists, like this movie will fucking like take you over the edge because
Oh,
it's
God.
unhinged. So basically, it's about this dentist. He has the perfect practice. He lives in Los Angeles. He's rich. He's successful. Da-da. So one day on his anniversary, I think he finds his wife having an affair with the pool boy, who, to be completely honest, I would have been fucking him too. But the point is, he automatically like loses his shit. Like he goes unhinged. He starts seeing shit. Like he's on the like operating on, you know, doing his thing, and he starts seeing what seems to be normal, you know, nice teeth. He starts to see them rotting and all that stuff. So he starts. There's a scene with a kid where the kid is like and he's just like drilling and he's like he goes a little bit too deep and this he just starts bleeding
I
and
cannot.
this man loses his mind like that. I've never seen this shit happen like just from having a fucking affair. I mean,
Oh my
honestly,
God.
I mean, I don't know, maybe I think he was like into cuckolding or something because there was a scene where he was just looking a little bit too long, but that's none of my business. But the point is, there's this scene, he takes revenge on the wife.
yes.
And the revenge, like this man needed to be burned at the stake. Like he pulls, cuts, snips, yanks. Baby, when those cops find that wife, honey, baby,
Oh my God.
Ooh,
honey,
this
she
is
looked
so
like
nasty.
she looked like a infected paperweight. I mean, she was like he fucked her up, poor thing, and she was so hot too. I mean, even I would have fucked her honestly because she was kind of sexy. But I mean, poor thing. I mean,
I would have
honestly,
screwed him, so it's okay.
Yeah, is the dentist hot? Like,
Yeah, I thought he was. He was from,
I thought
but
he
he's my
was-
type.
Well, I like them. I like them 1 foot in the grave, so I do like him a little bit older. So yeah. So I mean, I would have fucked him. I would have fucked the pool boy. I would have fucked the wife. I would have fucked him. I mean, I would have fucked all of them, honestly.
Find me a church. I've done everything everybody else wants to do. Find me a church to go to. I need peace in my heart. I need it now. Bring me.
But you know, I wasn't in the movie, so the point is severely underrated. The poster is so good because it's like this. It just shows you that it's gonna be unhinged because it's like somebody in the chair screaming with something. It's so campy. It's so ridiculous. I think it's from the people that made Reanimator, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Which makes sense.
And I remember
'Cause-
when it came out, because I'm old, but you know, it was an HBO like movie, and they ended up making a sequel. So I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Oh yeah, I've seen the sequel.
Ooh, but I
Yeah.
love it. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
if like mouth stuff makes you squeamish, like this one goes. Oh,
Yo, I literally have oral surgery coming up, and
Oh.
mate, I'm over here trembling.
I'm like, let's watch it first.
It
Oh
is.
my God, Mark
Let's traumatize
Ruffalo's in
Let's
it.
traumatize you.
Oh yeah, Mark
That'll
Ruffalo's
be
in it,
fun.
and there's a girl that looks like just like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh my
And
God.
I mean,
Anna de Armas.
no, she didn't fuck it up. Anyways, yeah, but she was poor thing. I mean, he got a little bit rapey too. There's
Oh.
a dog. There's the dog that gets killed. So you know,
Oh,
if you don't
I
like
forgot
that,
about part.
yeah.
I remember seeing it when I would go to like the video store, and like I would go and look at the VHSs, and I remember seeing it when I was like 5 years old.
It's
Like just
so good.
the poster is like burned in my mind.
And there's a
but I've
scene that I
never seen
jerked
it.
off to a lot where it was like that she was giving him head, and then he shows up and puts a gun to her head.
Oh my god.
And he's like bite it, but it was all in his head. He didn't actually do it. But that scene was so hot because she was like kissing on him and sucking up on him, and it was kind of hot. He
I
was
thought you were gonna say he was pulling her teeth out while she was sucking his dick.
That would be George. Anyways, but yeah, it's so good. I could recommend it if you don't mind gore, if you don't mind nasty shit. Oh, you would love this movie. Oh, you would love it. Yeah.
Dude, the 90s had some of the best like unhinged horror films back in the day.
So good. I mean, the fact that this movie isn't talked about enough, especially with everybody, who loves like gore and shock shit, and like, oh, so good. But he lost his mind. I'm like, girl, and then when he walked them into his practice, and he was like telling everybody, do extractions. And then he pulls out the gun, do extractions. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it was it was a mess. So good. Anyways, that was mine.
Okay, so my second one is a found footage film because I love found footage. And found footage doesn't get enough chatter in the horror community as it should, I think personally, because I think it's looked down upon apart from me. And this film, I do believe, is up there with the Blair Witch Project in terms of it. And it's
you better say that with your full fucking chest.
I will. It is. I honestly think it's the Poughkeepsie tapes. And
I would watch that. I wouldn't watch it, but I think honestly, in terms of like its effect,
yeah.
I mean, Blair Witch. I love the Blair Witch Project, but Poughkeepsie tapes should be burned at the stake. Like
I agree. I'm not mad. I'm not mad, George. I would agree with that.
Like
that's a good one.
That film I found like 5-6 years ago, and I was looking for found footage films I hadn't seen before, and I was just like,
home movies.
I was like, this movie is insane. It's like a faux documentary, and it's actually by the guy who did As Above, So Below.
Okay.
Is it John Dowdle? Which I prefer the Poughkeepsie tapes, but it just felt it felt very real. Again, it's because just the type of, it's obviously found footage, so it will, but then just the type of way they went around it just makes it very unnerving at times. And some of the things, it's basically following a killer who kidnaps people and films what happens.
No. You're underselling that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, George, do you want David to sell this? Because you were just making it.
Well, let me just put it this way.
You were burying it in the ground.
Let me say, I reacted to this movie, but I will never be able to put this movie out like on YouTube.
Oh my god!
Like that's how bad this movie is. Like bad in terms of like age restricted, shut down. Like I can't. There's no way I can put this movie on YouTube. I had a hard time, I had to pause this movie like at least like a good 5 times while reacting to this. It stayed on my hard drive. Like I don't want to edit it. I don't want to look at it.
Wow. That's the lost Zzavid tapes.
After I died.
Not the good kind of lost Zzavid tapes though.
And also it just ends in like the most depressing way that you just kind of like, well, great.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Like, oh, there's a bit of hope halfway through towards the end. You're like, oh, great. And at the end, it's like just pure. You're like, oh,
great. It's another Megan is missing. I don't know about this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he always finds a way to bring the mood down, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's George, as always.
But yeah, I would say
art imitating life, I guess.
It's just, it's got a lot in it, and it's very, you have to be in the right mood to watch this film, just FYI. So if you're going to watch it, be prepared to like feel like shit at the end of it.
Like during a breakup or something.
Yeah. I love that.
No. So I can watch it over breakfast. This sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
I mean, I
while you're
wish more
jerking
movies
off
were
or
like
something.
that, you know.
Yeah, I think we need more movies that like where is today's Exorcist where people walk out and faint?
Terrifier
2.
I was reading that people were like walking out because they were feeling sick and shit on part 2.
There are people like posting like actual puke photos of people at their.
This is not George's history. No.
Yeah, no. Terrifier 2 is some of the most gnarly. It is Well, they've seen Wes and Chey have seen the original, and it outdoes the one kill that like you think goes over the top. They do you one more.
I can't.
It's so
I'm not
oh my
ready.
god.
Have mercy. People need Jesus.
Well, I mean, so I'm in heaven with it. You know, I'm just in
Right.
love with art.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, art is a daddy, so
Have mercy.
See, thank you.
Have mercy. I want to see what he's putting inside, honey, because it ain't gonna be a dick. I don't know. I know.
the clown shoe is fine.
Oh,
That's George.
oh Lord. Fix it, Jesus. Wider.
Shay?
George can be used like a hat.
So
bean.
my next pick, I guess it's underrated to me. I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but when I first watched this movie, I was obsessed. So I started it over again.
Ooh, I love
And it's
that.
Cam. It's on Netflix. It's starring Madeline
Yes.
Brewer, and it is so good. It was written by a sex worker, you know, so she pulled from her own experience. And I just love the atmosphere of it. And I love watching Lola, or Alice, she plays Lola as a cam girl. This movie made me want to be a cam girl. I was like, sign me up.
Okay,
Give me,
sorry.
what is it called? It's freegirlslive.com. I was like, sign me up. I'll make an account.
I can be a free girl live.
You know, it's basically this cam girl, and she's trying to get into the top 50 of the campsite, and her account gets hacked by some doppelganger, and she starts doing like extreme shows, and the journey is like her getting her account back. But it is so good.
It is. I agree.
It's so good.
I
don't know
think
why, but it reminded me
Blumhouse
of, like-
did it.
Yeah,
Well-
Blumhouse. And it's not like I didn't even know it was Blumhouse until today, like until I looked it up.
I don't know why, but it reminded me of like Robin Bird and those old back in the day. Like, this is really old. It used to be like a nasty sex channel on TV, and she was like,
God.
she would always like, it was so nasty. And I would like when I would stay at my grandma's house, she had this channel, so I would until she went to sleep.
What?
And
Why
I would
did your
watch
grandma
it.
have this channel?
I don't
My
fucking
grandma
know.
had
I
that
wasn't
channel
fucking.
too.
Yeah, but she was after she went to sleep, I was like, ooh. And I would put the channel down, and she would just like big titties, like frizzy, like burnt blonde hair, and she would just like talking shit, and then it would turn into like the guys like naked and all that stuff, and it was like 90s, early 2000s, so the guys were like buff, big old titties, waxed, and it was so fucking hot. They would like start jerking off and shit and all that stuff, and then they had one for the guys and then one for the girls, so everybody was separate, so they were all doing their own shit. The girls were fingering their pussy, and the guys were jerking off, and yeah. Robin
We are
Bird, look her up. It
such
was
We're so
This
classy
explains
here,
so much.
folks.
See what you've
And
done
what
now,
was your
Shay?
grandma doing?
oh,
What was your grandma doing during all this?
Oh,
Cam is good though. I agree.
It's beautiful, and aesthetically it's just so
Yeah.
pleasing. I'm jealous of her like setup. I'm like, where do I get that rug, the couch? She's
The light, she has like this
oh my
lighting
God.
setup.
Mhm.
It's sexy.
Mm,
It's
that's
on
good.
Netflix, so
Yeah.
I think I've seen the poster where it's almost like a distortion, kind of
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
the face is
Yeah.
like fucked. Oh yeah, I haven't seen
Mhm.
it, but I want to.
It's a good watch.
You
I
should
mean, it's a
react.
quick
You should
watch
react to it,
too.
for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all know, like a short. Yeah,
yeah, it's easy.
short and fat.
Oh, Liam.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
He's tall.
I wasn't talking about the height, but anyways, moving on.
Okay, my second one, it is a Hulu movie from 2020. It's called Spree, starring Joe Keery and David Arquette. I guess it's probably more of a thriller than a horror movie, but there are definitely horror elements, especially at the end. But basically it's about Joe Keery. He's a rideshare driver. Instead of like Uber or Lyft, it's called Spree. And he's obsessed with being social media famous. And so when it starts out, he's like live on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. And he has like no people watching him. And he starts harming people as he's like driving them to their locations. And the more that he's hurting people, the more views he's getting, because people think that it's like fake, like a stunt for attention. And so the more likes and stuff he's getting, the more intense he gets. And it's just one of those movies where it like just keeps accelerating and it like does not let off the pedal the whole fucking time. Like it reminds me of like Barbarian or Mother, and the way that it's just like keeps going and going, and then there's like a big climax and you're just like, holy shit, it's so fucking good. And David is so hot in it.
David is hot in it.
He's such a daddy. And since it's like it's all, you watch it all as if it's filmed, so you're either watching his stream, you're watching him on YouTube, you're watching people watch his Instagram story, you're watching the news. Like it's never just like him. I mean, it is just him, but it's through a media lens always. So it says a lot
interesting.
about what people will do for social media attention. It's fucking wild.
George.
And you get to see one of the most annoying people in the world get killed, and that is sorry, spoiler, but it's let's just say
a certain pop star's brother.
Yeah, someone's brother gets killed, and it's just like
James Corden is in this movie.
But no, I agree, it's so good. It's on Netflix here in the UK. I watched it on Netflix like last year, I think, and I was just like, I mean, I love Joe Keery. Like,
he's so good in it too. So different from Stranger Things. So unhinged.
He did a load of, I think it was on TikTok actually. He did a load of like, they did a fake marketing campaign where he played this character. Because what's the character's name? It's something's World. Kurt's World, that's it. And he does, and he was doing these videos on TikTok, and people were like, this has got to be Joe Keery, and like they replying saying, no, my name's Kurt, blah blah. And that's how I remember reading about it. And then I saw it because I was like, that really does look like Joe Keery, and it was. I was taken in by the marketing campaign.
Yeah, but it's been removed from Netflix in the UK.
You joking?
No, so when it came out, it was you're joking. Not another one. Yeah, it was like it didn't even get a cinema release here. It just went straight to Netflix as a Netflix original.
Well, it
It's
was a
been
Hulu
removed
original
from-
here, though.
Yeah, but it's been removed from Netflix, and it's
Fuck
now.
them. Oh my
and
god.
now you've got to buy
bitches.
it.
Oh gosh.
Well,
no.
find a way to watch it, people.
Is it? Oh.
Sorry, I dropped my phone. That's really disappointed me. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not gonna make that joke.
Yeah, why don't you make that joke? Because you know what? A lot of people are catching on to the fact that they're being very abusive on this channel to me.
But the gag is he likes being abused, honey. So that's not even go there.
His hole has been abused and used.
I want to we don't. We
Like
shouldn't
a
be
nice
speaking this in front of guests.
battered haddock.
Could you imagine bringing guests into your house and speaking like this in front of them? Is what you're doing?
Like a
That was
Yes,
my
this is
favorite
what I do to
thing.
all of my guests in my
It's
home.
full.
I say,
mean,
sit the
yeah.
fuck down.
Get on your
drink
knees
your
and suck
drink.
this dick. Oh no! Oh,
Oh.
sorry. Okay, sorry.
That's the bedroom guests.
Listen, we're here for anything.
Oh.
So
Oh,
There
don't
we
say
go.
that.
David.
Don't say that, Wes. Don't say that.
we came for y'all. So whatever that means to you.
Came or come.
Thank God this is only filming from
Why not
the neck.
both?
Thank God this is filming from the chest up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyways,
Oh! For God's
There's
sakes,
a reason.
camera.
There we go. Woo. Wow. Well, I think
Anywho.
we'll do like a round of movie recommendations because we've got Alive in 15, so that'll allow everybody to, do their things. George to get his act right. So David, you got a movie recommendation that somebody should see for the spooky season?
Yeah.
Let's
I have
hear
a
it.
movie recommendation. It's so I watch this all the time. Well, not all the time because it's pretty dark. It's a Spanish movie. It's called Los Ojos de Julia. It's basically called Julia's Eyes.
Ooh.
I
And
think I've heard of that.
it's a Spanish from España, and basically it's about this woman who they're sisters, and one of they're blind. She's blind, and she commits suicide. That's what they think, but in reality, there's somebody like in the shadows that led her to commit suicide, and the sister is trying to find out who it is, but if she has this thing where it's like the more stressed she becomes, the faster she loses her eyesight. So it gets to a point where she's completely blind, so she needs home assistance, and she feels somebody following her the same way that the sister was followed to her death. So she's trying to figure out who the fuck is following her before she gets killed, basically. And the twist in this movie, it's so eerie because it's basically sometimes you just see what she sees, which is like almost nothing. It's almost like a blurriness kind of thing. So you see somebody in a shape like a silhouette, but you don't know what's going on. And then there's a lot of dark shots where you feel uncomfortable because it's so intense because you feel somebody behind her, and the twist is so dark. If you're not going to watch the movie, honestly, it's for the twist alone because it's so unhinged and it's so eerie because you feel uncomfortable watching it because you're like, oh shit. But yeah,
it's like watching your porn.
Well, no, mine's people.
You're watching it, you're enjoying it, but you're uncomfortable.
No, but people don't throw up watching this movie.
Oh,
so yeah, but that's mine. So Los Ojos de Julia, Julia's eyes. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, so good.
I have to see that.
It's really good. It's shit, so good. Yeah, people dropping dead left and right. But,
I'm sold.
Good.
Yeah, so hot. Yeah. Anyways.
Thanks.
Well, I'll take a little bit of this then. George, how about a recommendation that's not going to make us groan?
Well, it is a remake, so maybe people will groan because they're going, you should recommend
Did you
the original.
Just groan? Sorry, I was bodies. Sorry.
I know.
Shut the fuck up, Alice.
It takes a lot of work.
Poor Alice.
I know.
She deserves better.
Actually,
Anyways.
poor
She
Pete
deserves
Davidson,
so much
who is
better.
attacked viciously on David's reaction.
He can choke on a dick, honestly, because I hope he's still choking on blood. Like I fucking because of this bum ass killing Alice. Anyways.
Anyway, so my recommendation is going to be the 2010 film The Crazies. I rewatched this yesterday. I really enjoy. I remember going to see this film in the cinema when it came out. I mean, if for nothing, it's. I mean, Timothy Oliphant just looks stunning
get
in
it.
that
Say
film.
less.
Like that is the main. He's just so good in that film. He just looks great. He's good in every film. It's Mickey. Mickey from Scream 2.
From Scream 2.
Yeah.
He's so fine.
He's aged very nicely.
He's aged a lot
Mickey,
better.
you're so
Fine
fine.
wine.
You're so fine. You blow my. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry.
But yeah, I love that film. Obviously, the original is great too, George A. Romero. But I quite enjoyed the remake. I remember watching the trailer and I loved the song they used. Well, it's from Donnie Darko, isn't it? Mad World. But it was so good.
Mad World.
Yeah, we don't need a rendition of it. But
say it's fucking you.
At least his was in a key. How about yours, George?
Mine's
Don't actually.
always in
I
a
opened
key.
that. That's just keep going. I don't.
So anyway, that's the film I recommend. It's got some good jump scares. It's got an interesting story, and it left scope for a sequel that probably didn't need to happen anyway. So it didn't happen, but it's still really good. It's a good cast.
It bombed. So
yeah, it did do really bad. And again, I don't understand. I thought it was
has a
quite
good
good
audience.
film.
Like audiences loved it, but it just only the audience that really.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that would be my pick. The Crazies 2010. Thank you.
Okay, Liam, how about yours?
Thank you.
I am going to recommend 2019's Bit.
Aww.
It is a queer vampire film starring Nicola Maines. Is that right? Did I say that right? I'm going to pretend I said it right. From Supergirl. It's very sexy. It's a very sexy film. It's got nice lighting, and it's got lesbians and things.
You are selling this.
Lesbians and
Yes.
It's very good, and the one rule of this thing is you can't turn men.
You can't.
Can't turn men. Men
You
are
can't.
not to be vampires because men can't be trusted.
But they suck so much better than women, so I don't understand.
That's.
I will say, Bit is actually it was a
Allegedly.
very good film. I enjoyed it. It was I didn't know about it. It was very quite shocking, but I do love a good queer representation. And I loved the lead. I'm not going to try and say her name now that Liam butchered it, because in my head I'm like, I thought I knew the name too. So I'm just going to be quiet about that. But she was a fabulous lead.
She was fabulous.
Well, I'll let our
Like
guests
yourself.
I'll let our guests go last. So I'll say my recommendation. And I'm also going to go with a queer film, since, you know,
Oh Lord.
you know,
Queer on this channel.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about this film before, and I'm a huge fan. But it's 2022's Hypochondriac. And it's out for rent. But what it is basically tells the story of basically this guy in a queer relationship, but he's starting to get like phone calls from his mother and like messages, and then you kind of see flashbacks of where his mother is bipolar, and so from that he's become traumatized and he's starting to think that he might become bipolar. And so they do take hints from Donnie Darko at sometimes, but there are some really good effective jump scares. There's also a very interesting sex scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say interesting. What do you mean?
Say less.
Oh, I forgot. You've seen it, George. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
talking about. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just like, oh,
You'd like it, David.
You would.
Ah.
You know, and
so
hey,
there's is it like a dead body?
Not far
let's
off.
put it this way: we do appreciate when there's gratuitous male nudity, and there was, so that was always nice. Also,
Penis for everyone.
yes, and we had a
Thank you for
you know
this
queer color
recommendation.
or queer person.
I mean, in
or
the words
person
of a
color
queen,
lead,
you know.
so I was happy.
Yeah. In
'cause
the
we
words
don't
of
get
our
that.
Lord and Savior, love it big or small, make it hit the wall. Yeah.
And the main guy in it is the guy who played Richard Ramirez in 1984
Oh,
AHS. So he's really good in it.
love
It
He was
is,
in something
and-
else that we saw recently.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was.
So that would
He's
be mine.
around.
He's making the rounds.
Yeah, he's making the rounds.
Okay. Yeah, I'd get around with that. Anyways,
Oh
but
my
we'll
goodness,
go
so
to
vulgar. What's
Wes and
going
Chey.
Mine will be, if you're looking for something a little more icy, it's
Ooh.
2021's Till Death,
right,
starring
Kentucky.
Megan Fox.
Yes.
Not to
Yes.
spoil, but basically she ends up chained or handcuffed to her dead husband, and she has to outrun these killers while she's dragging the corpse of her literal fucking husband around through the
Kinda
snow.
like in
So
real
it's
life.
just so good. I mean, she doesn't drink
It
blood.
was a representation
Yeah,
of
it
her
definitely
life.
was. She's not
I'd
drinking
say.
blood in this, but she's covered in it.
Yeah.
So
And it's easier to get off the chains in the movie. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
that movie
Oh
was
my
so good.
Mhm.
And it was so intense. Again, it's like a compact movie, so everything happens so quickly. There's no like
Mhm.
dragging.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Baby, when he
like-
pulls that gun out, I was like, oh fuck.
And she
Yeah.
was so good. I didn't know what to expect with her because I'd never seen her in like that kind of a role, but she did it.
People
She
underestimate
fucking-
how good of an actress she is.
Mhm.
Like just because they just see Megan, you know.
That's because
but,
of
you know.
whatever. Who did the Transformers franchise? Who was
Michael
the
Bay.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay like blacklisted her for like
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, it was a shame what happened to her, but
Because she like carries that movie. Like she is the movie.
She's the movie.
Oh,
and
she's a
she-
final
she,
girl.
like, never-
She's like
never
a final
falters.
girl in this movie.
Yeah.
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 She's so good.
Put
Oh.
Megan Fox back in horror. Like,
Truly.
Yeah.
what are we waiting for?
where's our Jennifer?
Like she was
Body
already in such a
sequel?
classic as well.
Yeah.
Jennifer's Body. Like
Very
Mhm.
true.
that film also does not get enough love.
The fact that
It's
took like
starting
10
to
years
now.
to like get
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That's
it's
true.
Like,
Because I went to the movies to see that bitch. I was living my
Yeah.
best life watching that movie. Oh my god.
I did as well.
Like lesbi gay. Like what? Anyway,
So good.
So good.
So iconic.
And then mine, it's actually from this year. I've been begging people to watch it. It's called The Outfit, starring Mark Rylance. It is, I would say it's more thriller than horror
Good
with
one.
horror elements, but basically Mark Rylance it's like set in like the 30s and he's a tailor and he
Taco.
makes suits for the mob. And he ends up finding out some secrets that he isn't supposed to know about. And he ends up like basically
Ooh.
getting stuck in his workshop with these mobsters. And the whole movie, it's like set there and it's just him like trying to figure out how to get out. It's so fucking good. The score is my favorite score that I've heard this year.
Mhm.
I listen to it all the time.
So good.
Like all the texts are really good. And it's just like another one of those where you're like on the edge of your seat the whole time. It's on Peacock. Like I'm begging people to watch
Oh
it.
yeah,
Dylan O'Brien's in it. He's so hot.
Dylan
Like
O'Brien, oh my god, Daddy O'Brien.
yes, this is like the best he's ever looked to. I was like,
Who is the
so
female lead?
distracted.
Isn't she on House of the Dragon? Is that who
Zoe,
I'm thinking of?
Dutch. Zoe Dutch.
Oh, never mind, Zoe Dutch. I do adore her.
Who's
She was
also
from-
very good
She's
in this
amazing.
movie. Like
Mhm.
she's playing something that we've never seen her play before. So yeah, the outfit.
It's really good. I agree. I would recommend it. And like you said, it's on Peacock. Damn it.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. So
Which
get
I
the
don't
free
know if-
trial. Check it out.
I don't know if the UK gets Peacock, so
No, we don't.
No.
We've got to
Apparently,
pay
we get
for
it through Sky though.
You get that. Oh, that was loud.
it was.
We do get the TV shows through Sky. We do not get anything movie related from Peacock through Sky.
Makes
I
sense.
mean, I had to get BritBox to watch some of my shows that I watch that I can't find here. So
Oh, I have BritBox.
BritBox
Yeah.
is the
It's the
bitch.
best. We have the
yeah,
best TV.
they have
That's just
Keeping Up
TV
Appearances.
for us.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping up appearances, One Foot in the Grave.
Yeah.
That's so good. Anyway, sorry.
Lady of the House speaking.
Bouquet residence.
It's bouquet. Okay, anyway.
Well, I'll let David wrap it up.
That's a first.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, but I mean, this was so I had a blast. This flew by. I could talk to you guys forever, but unfortunately, you know, I'm a lady of the night. So, but before we leave, I gotta say thank you so much for Chey and Wes, Petty Pumpkins, not to be confused with Petty LaBelle. I mean, where can we find you guys? I mean, like, come on, give the people what they want. Like, tell
Well,
us.
you can obviously find us at Petty Pumpkins on all the socials. You can find me on my personal Twitter at Che Louie.
You can find me on mine at It's Wessums. We are reacting to all the Chucky season 2 episodes as they drop, and we're also going to be doing AHS NYC, which starts in 2 weeks. So we'll be reacting to all of those as well.
Pray for us.
So yeah,
I
it's gonna
am.
be 3 episodes. They all drop on Wednesday nights.
Oh,
So it's
Yeah.
literally gonna be Chucky, AHS, 3-hour block of us.
y'all
filming, and
y'all are
then-
reacting to it at the same night.
Yeah, we react live.
Oh, y'all don't
so-
love yourselves. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
No sleep up to October.
Yeah, we don't
so,
sleep.
No.
Oh,
It's fine.
Jesus. shit.
So yeah. But anyway, so if you're watching those shows or not, you know, come subscribe. We're reacting to movies.
Yeah, if you're
too,
somebody you're
so-
like, yeah, I'm done with American Horror Story, but you kind of want to like see, you know, like a cuckolding kind of shit. Watch the reactions. They're
Yeah.
hilarious.
And
They're fun.
this season, there's like some fucking hotties in it. I mean, there always is, but like Zachary Quinto's back, Charlie Carver, Dennis O'Hare, like we're gonna be thirsting. So just come fucking thirst with us, if nothing else. Like, why not?
Come get
and it's
quenched.
NYC is dirty. I'm sure it's gonna be dirty and
Oh,
It's gonna be
nasty
so
and sexy.
gay,
slutty, nasty.
Dirty, slutty, gay, like all of your fucking fan base. So like,
Oh
come
my
on.
god. David, you're gonna be in this episode, aren't you?
I mean, between Chucky and American Horror, I mean, I don't even know. I'm so tired.
Oh my God.
I
Hi,
don't
bald.
know what to do. But yeah, oh, I had a blast, and thank you to my co-hostesses. I love
Thank
y'all.
you.
Y'all are best. I love y'all are families. But anyways, we'll see you next time, and hopefully y'all stick around. And also we'll have a Patreon if y'all want to follow us and see more nasty shit, because you know I try to bring class, but then these homosexuals always bring it to the gutter.
We
But
do.
yeah, follow us there.
Yeah.
I'm sure the link be linked down below. But
Like,
anyways,
comment,
guys,
subscribe.
Yeah,
Oh,
comment,
yeah.
subscribe, you know, send us pictures. But this is why you
Oh,
can't have me
And
doing
would somebody do a horror hour bingo?
Oh my god, I received a bingo on Twitter of my videos, like all the shit that I say, and somebody just like I gotta retweet it, so I like it's so fucking hilarious.
It
Like
made
all the
me
shit that I
laugh.
say. But yeah, it's so good. Thank you to whoever did that. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next time. But anyways, mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.